Good morning, divine beloveds. How are you? Today, this will be a divine feminine check-in. I actually just recorded the divine masculine. I'm trying to get ahead a little bit so I can create some other things for you guys. But I just did the divine masculine check-in. Holy moly. There is a lot of intensity, so I'm trying to shake it off. Let's see where the feminines go today. Okay. Spirit, what do the divine feminines need to know? What are they coming up against? What are their blocks? Okay, I'm cracking up because this chaos and conflict card, it was upright in my deck. It just showed up and I'm like, okay, I see you. So I thought, okay, if it comes back out, here we go. Okay, chaos and conflict in reverse. That's a good thing. We have fork in the road. Anything else for divine feminines? Whoa, avalanche. Okay. We have new life in reverse and the never-ending story. Okay. Before I get into it, let's see what's in the unconscious. Okay. All that glitters card is a discernment card. It's, can you discern what's real gold and what's fool's gold? That's the short version of it. Feminines are at a fork in the road. A new life is on the horizon, right? Feminines, you're at a precipice of this new life. You have overcome massive chaos and conflict, both internally and externally. Let's honor where you have, beautiful message here I just received. You are overcoming this cyclical nature of this never-ending story. You have overcome the chaos and conflict, right? Chaos and conflict are usually rooted in our attachment to something, our attachment or an expectation of a potential outcome or something we desire. And we learned the hard way, right, feminines? We learned the hard way that we cannot control another being. We cannot bend someone else to our will. Our job is to surrender our will to divine will and take accountability and responsibility for our own interior world, right? Okay. Where do we want to go? I'm curious, do most feminines watch the divine masculines readings? I'm assuming so. I think the majority of the people watching those readings are divine feminines. So I'm just curious how the masculine readings land in your hearts as a divine feminine. I'm curious what the visceral experience is. I don't know why I keep shuffling. I just was called to. Okay, for feminines, where are we going? What do they need to know? What are their blocks? What is in the present moment? What are they confronting? What do we need to know for the highest and best good of self and the planet? Commitment. Beautiful. Okay, it's not a secret. Feminines have been calling in commitment, calling in divine partnership. Beautiful, 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 feminines. I'm very impressed with you. Boundaries and forgiveness. Oof, forgiveness is the biggest thing that the feminines, I think, have had to overcome. No, that's a lie. So a lot of unworthiness and self stuff is kind of what the feminines have been working with. That's the core. If I had to pick one core pillar for feminines on this path, on this twin flame soulmate cycle path, it's been working on worthiness. However, part of that, a branch off of the worthiness tree, is learning to forgive and forgive wholly and completely. Not just say you forgive someone or a person, place, or thing, but actually truly when that person comes back into your life, it doesn't have a vibration in your system any longer. You are no longer incomplete, right? Because let me say something. When you say, I forgive them, and your body and heart are really not forgiving them, or you still have fear in your system because fear that they might do something again to harm you, that is actually that is actually a fear of lack of control within yourself, right? If you were truly in your own sovereignty and understood that you have boundaries and you have free will and you are always free to make a new choice at any given moment, there wouldn't really be anything to fear because you know you can trust yourself, right? So feminines, I am super impressed. This is like you're creating radical boundaries around your wants, needs, desires, and fears, and you are taking another step forward on this path. Okay, I did a private reading yesterday, and well, I do private readings all the time, but dreams keep coming up. They've been coming up for months, but more specifically, okay. So many of you beautiful divine feminines have been on what I call the DIY path of enlightenment. I mean, it's all DIY, I guess one would say, but you have been these kind of like master navigators at in the depths, right? Masters at excavating really deep, dark, buried crap from the shadows. You are masters at it. It's no secret. You are flowy and have access to all of the feelings and emotions. You are the alchemical vessel for this profound work. You are the vessel that ushers in new souls on the planet. You've heard me say that a million times, but I say it a million times because I don't want anyone to underestimate your calling. Whether you have children or not, that's not the point. It's the fact that the feminine energies have been chosen to quite literally be an extension of the divine. You are this vessel that brings in new life. You have been entrusted with that. And with that role as the divine portal comes profound gnosis and wisdom and truth. Why am I talking about this? I got totally off topic. Dreams. Let's get back to dreams. I'm sorry. I don't even know how I ended up there, but say lovey. Okay. So, feminines, the other parts of healing may lie within dream space. How I'm checking in. You know, I do this from time to time. How are you doing with tracking your dreams? Are you remembering them when you wake up? Are you incubating dreams? Are you asking a question before you go to sleep? How has that been for you? Does it work? Does it not work? I'm telling you, when you start invoking the divine, when you start speaking to the divine starts speaking back in all these different ways. And a part of that, whoa, I just got really exhausted. Like the wind just got sucked out of me. Hold on. I'm not supposed to say it like this. Hold on. Bear with me. Okay, I have an interesting message here. So the point of dreams is so that your subconscious can inform your consciousness. Because if the divine came to you in a very direct way, it might scare the crap out of you. I'm just passing along the message. But it's interesting because Carolyn Myss talks about this a lot. Oftentimes, the divine works out. The divine is the quantum field. The divine is pure oneness, pure consciousness. It doesn't operate within 3D in the same way we operate within 3D. My point of what I'm trying to say is that there's no obstacles for the divine. There's no obstacles for spirit to come into your life. Because there are no obstacles, spirit can make a change like that. Spirit can completely dismantle your life in an instant. However, most people cannot handle that speed, the speed of spirit. So what do? They have fears, they have doubts, they have grief, they have pain. All of these things slow down. It's like we're putting obstacles, it's like we're putting obstacles in the way of spirit, and we're giving spirit something to navigate so that it slows down. Does that make sense? So anyway, so dreams are this kind of like sacred, sweet, unassuming, passive way for spirit to speak to you and for your own subconscious to speak to you. Okay, do I have anything else to say about dreams other than there is profound healing available to you in dreams? That's the point of this message, and forgive me if I didn't say it earlier. Okay, we have travel in the unconscious. This could be, why would travel, regular travel, like going on a trip, be in the unconscious? It wouldn't. So what does this mean? I'm like testing you to see if you can intuit before I say it. You are being called to travel into yourself, to travel into your own truth, to excavate your authentic self-expression. What comes up? What feels scary about that? What feels scary about going into the dark and excavating this? This image reminds me of, please forgive me if I botch this, but is it Persephone that traveled the underworld with Hades and was like, linked with Hades? This reminds me of that. And notice she's pregnant, or if she's not pregnant, that's a very weird angle of her spine, but I think she's pregnant, and she is she's navigating by moonlight here and the stars. There is no other illumination except the light she brought with her. So you are being called to go into the depths and excavate your own darkness, but make sure to bring your own inner light with you. I'm going to ask you to, how do I say this? I'm going to invite you to find your trap door to joy. What do I mean by that? What is something, I'm going to challenge you, what is something that will always bring you joy no matter what? Maybe it's a meme. Maybe it's a funny video of a baby and a dog laughing. I don't know. It doesn't matter what it is. Find that thing and do not stop until you find that thing, because that thing is going to be your trap door when you're in the depths. Maybe it's a song. Maybe it's a poem. Maybe it's a photo of your parents or your grandmother, grandfather, or a celebrity you love. There's no judgment here. Only you know what that is, that thing that immediately calls your spirit back, that inspires you, that invigorates you. It's funny. My nieces are much older now, but I had this picture of my niece, and she was little. She was probably like 3, and she was making the funniest face, and she had this weird bowl haircut, and she had these little chiclet teeth, her teeth were baby teeth. And it was just that image. I will never get it. Oh, I'm getting emotional because that image would pull me out of anything from anywhere. It would always call me back to like gratitude and sweetness and that family love, that beautiful, beautiful, innocent love. So what is that thing for you? I need you to find your trapdoor to joy, trapdoor to silliness, to play. Maybe it's prayer. Maybe it's, I don't know, but you are going to need this. Okay. Where do we go? Let's get some mermaid cards. Why? Because we're talking about the depths, and mermaids live at the depths. So let's see. Let's get into it. Whoa. Okay. Re-energize. This came up in another reading. That's too many. Spirit, please be clear. What do divine feminines need to know right now about this time in their lives, about excavating their truth and self-expression? Or, okay, what do divine feminines need to know about this fork in the road? Inner knowing. Yep. See, you ask a better question, you get a better answer. It never fails. Feminines, you know which way to go. You know what is your truth. I think what's delaying it is that it's uncomfortable, but you know the answer. Okay, we have waiting, we have breaking free, and actually breaking free was in the reverse, and we have decisions in the reverse. Okay, we're getting repeating messages here, so maybe I should chill out. Okay, yeah, some of you feminines are maybe scared to make a choice because it would mean letting go of something else or cutting the cord of something else. And that can be scary, to break free of something that we've been accustomed to. And so some of these choices and decisions have been put on hold. Let me say it like this, and I'm going to say it with kindness. You have voluntarily put yourself in this waiting period, and it's not necessary. However, if you do have attachments and fears that are legitimate and that are coming up, you've been put in the waiting period so that you can actually have more time and space to take accountability for what those things are. You know what? Before I move on, and just FYI, we have healing in reverse here and we have healing in the unconscious here. Let's just talk about those fears really quick. Let me get my goddess deck. Hold on. I have like 50 decks I always try to navigate, and it's a production. Let me tell you. Okay, what was I asking? Okay, what do feminines need to know about what fears are coming up? What are the blocks for making these aligned decisions? Or what is blocking their inner knowing? Did you see that shoot out? Okay, hold on. Anything else? Anything else, Spirit? I'm just going to get them all. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else? Okay, let's stop there. Wounded healer is in the unconscious. This was the first one that shot up. Okay, so we had speak up in reverse. So owning your truth. It's scary if you have to leave a person, place, or thing, a job, a relationship, shitty friends. It's hard to speak up and own your truth. Oh my God, these messages, I love when they're so freaking clear. Radical rebirth and resistance. Yeah, of course you have resistance around this rebirth. It's scary. It's scary because when you think about a newborn, sorry, I'm talking with my hands too much on camera. I'm Italian. What can you do? Think about a newborn. When they are rebirthed, everything is new to them. It's like their soul has been reset, or their mind, their psyche has been reset. They are fresh. In all of that newness and freshness, they are also vulnerable, and that can be radically scary. Okay, let's see what else we have. I feel very fatigued right now. Let's see. Soul forgiveness, creativity, living out loud. It's funny because these all feel like very separate messages. Direct message, feminines, in order to work on any of this, you have to be grounded. You've heard me talk about this a million times. I feel like a grandma who's just like scolding you all, but you have to work on your groundedness. You are traveling in profound heights and profound depths in order to traverse these like other realms and other worlds. And you can't tell me that you don't do that. I know you. You're always in these energies. I don't want to say always. I don't like to use any absolutes, so forgive me for that. But I know that most of you are really traversing rough terrain most of the time. It is so radically important to get incredibly grounded. So Epsom salt baths. If you can't take a bath, maybe you could just soak your feet in hot water and Epsom salt. Barefoot on the ground, barefoot on the sand, on the earth. Doing grounding visualizations of, imagining a cord going out from your root chakra down to the core of the earth and really grounding in the earth. So pleasure and awakening came out. This is a separate message about sexuality that I'll talk about later. Live out loud, soul forgiveness, and creativity. Yeah, creativity is with root chakra, sacred sexuality. Being able to live your truth out loud. You're going to have to confront all the things that have been blocking you doing this. So part of that is being able to forgive people, places, and things, but also your internal parts that have held you back. You know what? Hold on. I feel like I'm getting pulled in 5 directions, so I'm just trying to ground in the energy. God, surround me with golden loving light. Allow only love, messages, and guidance for the highest and best good of myself and the planet to come through. Surround these feminines with golden loving light. Okay. So the other quick message, I'm not going to get into it because I feel like we talked a lot about it the other day, but feminines, in making these decisions, the more you make decisions in alignment with your soul and come into that wholeness and congruency, the more your chakra system, your energy centers will be firing on all cylinders. This will stimulate your eros. You will have access to your sensuality, your sexuality. There's some sort of sexual awakening, or more appropriately, I'll say sensual awakening. This is not just sex with partners and that kind of thing. It's not just this like exchange. This is a complete and total intimate relationship with the planet, with the cosmos, with the planet around you, with the world, with what clothes you put on your body, what food you put in your mouth, what you drink, who you touch, what you touch. You know, this is a complete tantric awakening for a lot of you that's on the other side of making these decisions. Incredible, incredible. Where do we go, Spirit? Where do we go? I do feel fatigued by these readings, masculine and feminine. You're both giving me a run for my money. Okay. On a side personal note, it kind of cracks me up doing these readings because I say things to you that I would never say in my life. Like all these, like, they're phrases my grandmother would say, and all of a sudden they're coming out of my mouth, or my mother would say. And it's pretty hilarious for me. Like, I wouldn't say give you a run for your money. Who says that? My grandmother would. My mother would. All right, Spirit, let's get back into it. What do feminines need to know? Mirror reflections. Okay, a message here. Feminines, you need to become incredibly wise at discerning what is yours and what is other. You know, most of the time the planet, and, you know, psychology would tell you this as well, most of the time our experiences are always reflecting back a piece of our own awareness. But in the divine world, in the quantum field, sometimes they're truly mirroring back to us someone else's stuff. You know, so you are being called to become diligent, excuse me, my voice just cut out. Diligent discerners over what is yours and what is other. Sometimes people show us things that are a reflection of self, and we have to go to work and do the work of confronting that mirror reflection. Other times people are showing us a piece of them, and our job is to access discernment. Does that resonate with me? Does that person, place, or thing resonate with me? Am I supposed to travel further with them on my path, with this partner, with this job, with this role, whatever it is? So that's a very fine line, and it's very hard to do, but you can do it because you are profoundly sensitive and you have the brains and psyche and wits to be able to set an intention. Ask the Spirit for help in that discernment. You could even say a prayer in the morning, like, God, help me access wise discernment throughout my day. Stay with me throughout my day. Keep the connection open so that I can receive your divine guidance. Anything else? What is this? Power lines, energy. Yeah, this kind of actually goes along with the sacred sexuality stuff. So Kundalini awakenings, I'm sure you've heard that before. Or, hold on, let me not just brush over it. I'm like rushing through that, I don't know why. You know why? Because it doesn't feel like the meat and potatoes of this reading. It's almost like doing this will give you access to this. You know, confronting your blocks, being able to hone your voice, hone your truth, and make these wise discernments and break free of any doubt or fear is what will ignite the sensual awakening. So I think why I'm not dwelling on it is because this is actually a product of you doing all this other work, right? This is a byproduct. That is you stepping into your truth is the cause of this. Sensual awakening is the symptom. Does that make sense? Sometimes I confuse myself. It's like I start doing a reading and I all of a sudden can't form sentences. Okay, we have clouds, distractions. Yeah, again, this is another discernment piece. And it's an 11 card. Hold on. My heart's pounding right now and I just got really hot. Okay, Spirit, I'm paying attention. I'm actually going to stand up for this one. There's two messages here. There's the obvious message around don't get distracted, feminines. Wield your discernment and also stay accountable. Stay accountable. It's like a parent. Can you parent the parts of self that get distracted? It's like when a parent asks their kid to clean their room and then you walk in and the kid, while cleaning his room, found an old toy and then spends 2 hours playing with the toy. Don't get distracted, feminines. So there's a discernment piece. There's a parenting piece here. The other thing, I'm getting the image of two people lying on their back looking up at the clouds. And have you ever done that, or as a kid or something, when you try to find the shapes in the clouds? Like right now, I'm seeing like a porcupine. I'm seeing a porcupine or even like a polar bear in this card. So there's something about allowing yourself, feminines, to be surprised. We talked about this the other day. This is depth psychology stuff. I'm not going to show you what this card is yet. This is, can you sit with something, an image, a person, a situation, a problem, a decision? Can you sit with this long enough for something to emerge instead of putting all this external pressure on yourself to make a decision? Right? Urgency, you hear me say this all the time. Urgency is an illusion. There's very few circumstances in life that are really emergent, right? So can you meet the mystery and be patient? And that's why this card came out. Can you surrender to the mystery and just wait there? Kneel at the altar of the mystery. While you're waiting, say some prayers. But do not force yourself to make a decision you're not ready to make, feminines. Do not do that. Do not be that unkind to self. You are worthy of full alignment. You are worthy of a hell yes. Okay, anything else for feminines? Yes, lots of things. We have caution, we have balance, and we have motivation. I need more cards about caution. Okay, separate message here. Sorry, I got distracted. In the unconscious, we have this recycle, recover card. So, dear beloved divine feminines, when you are kneeling at the altar of the mystery and you are in that sacred surrender, as you open yourself up to receive a gift from the mystery and awareness, use that time to bask in the glow of the love from the mystery, of God's love, Spirit's love, the feeling of oneness with the quantum field, unity consciousness, Christ consciousness, whatever flavor of oneness that resonates with you. Allow yourself to recover, to be held in that love. Someone once asked Saint Teresa of Avila, what she does when she prays, and she says, I allow myself to be loved. There's something here about allowing yourself the grace to be in pain and to kneel at the altar of the mystery anyway. Because by doing that practice, by just even mimicking the stance, by going through the motions of kneeling and surrendering a piece of self to something greater than self, there is profound access to love. This love will burn up all of your pain. This love will help you recover. Beautiful, beautiful message. Let's get some inner child cards because I'm feeling like we need some balance. I need a bigger table. I need more space. Wow, divine feminines. You are so precious. Can I just say that? You are so freaking precious. And you are such a diligent steward on this path. I know I say that phrase a lot, but it's like you're so humble and yet you're pushing yourself through such... I'm going to say something that someone said to me yesterday to you. Feminines, do not underestimate yourselves. The fact that you've made it thus far on the path and you keep going, You have this bottomless pit of motivation. Something in you is driving you forward. Something in you is, I don't know if it's conscious or not, but you have a profound impetus for growth and you just keep going. I don't know. It's just remarkable. I'm like basking in the glow of all of the, I don't know. I'm speechless. Boom. There it is. I'm speechless. All right. We're getting a bunch of inner child cards. Anything else? Anything else you would like the divine feminines to hear through me, from you? All right. We have a ton of cards. Hold on. Okay. In the unconscious, we have go on an adventure. Today is the day to try something daring. You know, the byproduct of being a very committed, diligent steward is oftentimes we're so committed to the work that we forget to have fun. So there's something about an adventure in the unconscious. So take a day off, feminines. Take a day off. Give yourself a day, an hour, I don't know, 2 hours, something. It says, find your haven. There is a place of wonder waiting just for you. Be true to who you are. Fear will not stop you from sharing. Excuse me, that's interesting. It actually says shining. Fear will not stop you from sharing, I said. That's a Freudian slip. Where are you not communicating your truth? Remember, we have the speak up card in reverse. It's all throat chakra stuff. There's a lot of blue in this reading, a lot of water, a lot of, throat chakra stuff. So where can you plug the leaks? Where are you leaking energy? By not speaking your truth, you are leaking energy. You do not have to go it alone. Reach out for support at this time. Choose yourself today. Do not deny your importance. Be still. Cultivate a space of stillness and silence to just be. This is kneeling at the altar in the face of the mystery and the unknown. Spend time in nature. Let the beauty of nature refresh your soul. Grounding. Barefoot on the earth. Go do it. And then we have say yes. Now is the time to be open to receive. Yes, I'm going to put this here with this kneeling at the altar. Here's the thing. When you kneel at the altar in the face of the divine mystery, open, aware, and awake, do not criticize what comes through. Say yes and allow the meaning to wash over you. Do not go on the offense and penetrate the meaning. Do not create meaning. Allow the meaning to come to you. And then we have, oh my God, look what this says. Let it come forth. Give yourself permission to feel it. Do not go attack it. Let it come forth. And then review your responsibilities. Not all responsibilities are ours to hold. Yes, feminines, this is the core of the feminine side of the energy. Because you're so incredible at navigating the depths of the psyche, you tend to understand everyone and everything and why they're doing what they're doing. But it is not your job to use your precious resources and life force to do someone else's work. Honor what's on your side of the street and let go of what lies outside of your responsibilities. I'm going to leave it there. See you in the next one.